I believe I'm speaking for majority of the men, and you can confirm in the comment section. I don't know what kind of men you women are meeting, but for majority of straight men, African men, I'm speaking for them. And I'm telling you that as a woman, this hairstyle is all you need. Not them wigs, not them Peruvian hair. Braid. Should go with comb. Any hairstyle, in fact, where they have to pull your hair back. Braid it, that makes your forehead shine, is the sexiest, most beautiful hairstyle that you can see on a woman. Not them wigs. No makeup. Dress like a prisoner, I will house you. See me on the road, I don't know you, I will give you money just because there is this godly grace that is bestowed upon you. Dear men, am I lying?
I have a lot to say in this video, so you definitely want to stick around. So a few days ago, I came across a tweet on Twitter that said, cornrows are good, but it can never be compared to what a good wig does to a woman. The leveling up is always top tier. That statement alone tells me a lot about how black women's hair is still being ranked. So this is how the tweet came about. A lady came on Twitter and posted 4 pictures of different ladies on cornrows, and she captioned it, "You can never go wrong with cornrows." That tweet sparked different reaction from different people and different opinion. But one man came under that tweet and quoted that tweet. Then he said, "Yes, cornrows are good, but they can never be compared to what a good wig does to a woman. The leveling up is always top tier." And I'm like, hello? And now there's another man making a video shouting that cornrows are good. He likes cornrows. He prefers when women wear cornrows than wigs or weave. Saying that he's speaking on behalf of all African men, that all African men love women when they put on cornrows than wigs and weave. And now there's another man on Twitter saying, no, it's not true. Cornrows are good, but but wig, the leveling up for women is always top tier. Now it's now like words and opposites. So the man that said he's speaking on behalf of every African man, I hope you see that tweet. That not every African man appreciates cornrows the way you do. When I now come out to say that not all African men genuinely love natural hair or African hairstyle, they will end up arguing that no, all African men love cornrows. All African men love natural hair. All African men love African hairstyle. But this tweet is saying otherwise. He's saying otherwise. Can you imagine what a black man is saying about African hairstyle? That cornrows is good, but it cannot be compared to wigs. Now he's simply placing wigs above cornrows. That is what it simply means. The man that made the video saying, oh, he prefer women on cornrows, that women looks really good on cornrows, he genuinely likes cornrows. He genuinely loves African hairstyle. You could see it from the way he's saying it. You could sense his love for cornrows. But he's saying that all African men love cornrows is not true. And the most annoying part of that tweet is when I now saw different ladies quoting their pictures to that tweet. They were not even quoting pictures of them wearing cornrows and saying, no, that's not true. They were actually quoting pictures of them putting on wigs and weave and saying, yes, you are right. Wigs is better than cornrows. The leveling up is there. For cornrows, it is not there. That was the most annoying part of that tweet for me. Even the lady that made that tweet that said you can never go wrong with cornrows went ahead to agree with the man by saying you know ball. I'm going to read out some of the tweets and I'm going to attach a screenshot of some of those tweets so that you can see. The lady that made that post that said you can never go wrong with cornrows came out and reacted to that tweet of the man by saying, yes, you know boss. And I'm like, hello, how? Which ball does he know? Because this one does not know anything. He doesn't know anything. How would you compare an African hairstyle with a wig? A wig that is not even your hair texture. Like, make it make sense. And you are coming out to say he knows ball. That means the lady that came out to make that tweet that said you can never go wrong with cornrows doesn't appreciate African hairstyle. That is what it simply means. And now someone else now said, thank you for being truthful, Abego. Another one said, God bless you. Another lady now said, it takes you from 50 to 100. So basically, when you're putting on cornrows, you're not 100. You are 50 or lesser than 50. But when you now put on cornrows, it takes you from probably 0 to 100. She should have said it takes you from 0 to 100 instead of 50 to 100. Then a man now came and said, only people with inferiority complex think like this. And that's actually very true. But do you know what? A lot of people now came under that man's comment to start dragging him. Then another lady came and said, the ladies agreeing to the comments, you hate your identity. Then another lady came and left this comment. She said, it's honestly sad how many black people still struggle to embrace their natural hair. There's nothing wrong with wearing wigs, attachments, or protective style. The problem is the mindset that I need this to level up, or I am not classy enough without it. That you must wear someone else's hair or something artificial before you are seen as classy, beautiful, or good enough. This lady's comment stood out to me. It stood out to me because it's really sad to see that a lot of black people or Africans in general have not really accepted their natural hair, their real texture. They see other texture of hair as being better. And it's not actually bad to put on wigs, to use extensions on your hair, to put on a protective style. These things are not bad. But now comparing someone else's hair over an African hairstyle is what doesn't make any sense. And the fact that people are now seeing wigs as the ultimate thing for glow up is a different thing entirely. So when you're putting on cornrows, you're not there. When you put on wigs, you want to look classy, you want to look beautiful, you have to be putting on a wig. You have to be putting on a wig. And that is why a lot of women work hard to purchase these wigs. And that is why wigs companies are selling out. That's why wig companies are selling out, because women are buying these wigs. Women are buying it. It is only here in African countries I see Africans go out to buy raw hairs, like to buy people's hair to turn them into an actual wig, then come back to the African country, probably in Nigeria, to come and sell it. But I have never seen a white person come to an African country to cut someone's natural hair to go and sell so that they too can wear our kinky texture hair. I have never seen it. But it is only in Africa that Africans go outside to buy someone else's hair, then bring it into their own country to sell it so that people can wear. But white people don't do that. That is why we get to see a lot of companies, phone companies, releasing new phones every year, such as Apple. They release new phone every year, from iPhone 10 to 17 now. Next year, they will release probably 18 or 19. And that is how it keeps going, because people are buying it. And I'm not saying that these gadgets are bad. But the fact that a lot of people that are not even well to do would take their life savings to buy these gadgets just to impress people, just to feel among, just to feel classy. Then when they end up buying this phone, their account balance will be looking like radio station. Then they will now start talking down on their fellow African people for using Android. Because that's what is happening on Twitter almost every single time. You get to see people saying, oh, if you're using Android, you are this, you are that. If you're using iPhone, you are this. Even for those using iPhone, they would even shame you for using an old iPhone. Probably if you're using XR, they'll tell you, oh, you're using XR, you are this, you are that. Classism. Classism. People buy this phone, upgrade their phone just to feel among, just to feel, yes, I have arrived. And that's the same thing with this hair. People buying wigs and weave just to feel among, just to feel classy. They use that to impress people. No, make it make sense. Make me let I don't even know what to say, but it's insane when I think about it. It drives me crazy when I think about it. And if you have the thought that wigs are better, wigs is the ultimate glow up for a woman, other than cornrows or African hairstyle, your thought is deeply rooted in insecurity. I'm sorry to say, but yeah, it is deeply rooted in insecurity. And natural hair is one of those conversations we all need to have. The way we all discuss about finances, probably for someone who wants to get married, they get to talk about their finances because obviously finances is very important. It's one conversation a lot of people have when they are considering marriage. Natural hair is one of those conversations you all need to have. Why? Because it says a lot about your value and your identity as an individual. It says a lot. Does your partner have inferiority complex? Does it see you as enough without a wig? Does your partner attach beauty or status with wearing something artificial? If someone sees you as acceptable or as beautiful, as pretty, as good enough only when you cover your hair, when you wear a wig, then it is something you need to think deeply about. You need to really think deeply about it. Don't see it as something that it's minor. It looks minor, but it's something really serious. Now let's break down what a man said. When he said leveling up, what he basically meant is that cornrows are good, but it is not enough. It is not enough. So in other words, cornrows are basic. Cornrows are basic, but wigs means finished, improved. Basically, if you're on cornrows as a woman, you are just there. Do you understand? But when you put on a wig, you are now improved. Your look is now complete. You're now finished. So basically, he's positioning black hair as incomplete. He's positioning black hair as incomplete. So if you are putting on cornrows or probably shuku or any other African hairstyle, it is not good enough to be seen as leveling up. But when you put on a wig, you're complete. You are that girl. That's what it simply means. And historically, black hair has always been seen and labeled as unkept, unprofessional. So when he's now saying that wigs is the ultimate thing for leveling up or for glow up for every woman, he's basically saying that wigs are better. And that echoes old beauty hierarchies. It simply means that Eurocentric features are more valuable. That is what he's saying. Now let's act like he just said that out of ignorance, because obviously he's ignorant, but it is still harmful. First of all, cornrows shouldn't be compared to wigs. It shouldn't be compared to wigs. Why? Because cornrows are cultural. They are cultural hairstyle. It's a protective hairstyle. And it's a hairstyle that is complete on its own. When you put on cornrows, you are complete. You are good to go. You're good to go. Cornrows is one of my comfort hairstyle. I can put on cornrows from January to December. That is how much I love cornrows. Why? Because it doesn't stress me. It's a very simple hairstyle. I love how cornrows snatches my face. I love it. I wear cornrows to work every single time. The only reason why I stop putting on cornrows is because it kind of affects my edges when I do it too much. But when it comes for comfort, cornrow is that hairstyle for me. Wigs serves a different purpose. And what is the purpose of wigs? Wigs are just for convenience, just for fashion. I do not hate wigs. I like wigs. I wear wigs. And I wear it because of convenience. Sometimes when I see that my protective style are really old, frizzy, I just put on a wig. And sometimes if I just want to have a change of look, I put on a wig. But now coming out to say wigs are better, wigs improve me better than cornrows, I can't do that. It's not true. It's not true. And the fact that this statement is coming from a man makes it even more annoying. Because it's funny how a lot of men have so much opinions about women's body. Black men are consistently ranking and evaluating women's body. Oh, wear this, do not wear this, you look better with this, you look better with that. Every single time. It is now becoming so common that men think that they have a say on what women should wear, what women should not wear, what they should put on, or what they should not put on. Cornrows is not a problem. I repeat, cornrows is not a problem. Wigs is not a problem. But comparing wig over an African hairstyle is a problem. Why? Because it is not our hair. It is not our hair. African hairstyle is more better than wigs. Do you understand? Get that and get that very clear. African hairstyle are far better than wigs. But that is not to say that wigs are bad. Do you understand? But don't place wigs above African hairstyle. Don't place wigs above African hairstyle. And any hairstyle that needs to be called a level up or an ultimate glow up for a woman is benefiting from someone else being devalued. What I mean is, if you're saying wigs are better, just remember that the way you're putting wigs above any other hairstyle, you're basically devaluing another hairstyle. Yeah, get that and get that clear. You're basically devaluing another hairstyle or all other hairstyle. So wigs are not the ultimate hairstyle or are not the ultimate hair for glow up. If you want to wear your wig in peace. Wear your wig in peace. Nobody is saying don't wear wigs. Wear it, but don't compare it as being better than African hairstyle. Do you understand? Is that clear? Okay, guys. So if you got this far, let me know what you think about this conversation. Share your thoughts and opinion with me. If you got this far, please kindly give this video a very big thumbs up. Also, hit the subscribe button and turn notification bell so you can be notified anytime I get to publish a new video on my channel. On this note, see you in my next video. Bye.